now, and based on who Pac used to be. Pac just ain't that guy no more. Mario too slow, takes too many punches. But as far as that fight goes, man, I'm at the point now. I hate to see some of these guys come back and get in the ring. It's what they want to do.
Against Mario Barrios, you called most, if not all, of Manny's most substantive fights over the years. What do you think of that?
Sad. Just sad that he feels any reason or urge whatsoever.
Boxing experts were left stunned after witnessing the face-off between Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios at their press conference. The size gap was undeniable. Barrios stood tall, looking like a young, hungry force, while Pacquiao, now 46, carried. The wear of a long, legendary career, many couldn't hide their concern. Even seasoned insiders began to wonder aloud, had Pacquiao finally bitten off more than he could chew?
And Bam Rodriguez.
I think we're gonna be worried about what happens in that fight because, Barrios may be the easiest of the champions. Maybe that's why Manny decided to come back and give it a try. But even then, Barrios is young. Barrios is a strong guy, that could actually hurt Manny. Manny didn't look good in his last performance. This is a couple years ago, and it was kind of embarrassing to see Manny end up like that.
Speaking to EA's News, Garcia made no mistake in backing Barrios to prevail against Pacquiao.
One of the loudest voices of concern came from respected trainer Robert Garcia, whose resume includes working with stars like Anthony Joshua, Nonito Donaire, and Bam Rodriguez. Garcia didn't mince words. "I've got to go with Barrios," he said in an interview with S News. "He's young, he's the champion. Pacquiao is 46 now, that's too much. It's like me getting in the ring, I'm 49.
Embarrassing, but it's also a bit disgraceful. Manny Pacquiao, as you just said, 46 years of age, hasn't won a fight in 6 years, and you're correct, he got beat quite handily by Yodinas Ugas 4 years ago. He had an exhibition fight a year ago, and he was awful in that. It was a draw because there were no judges and both men got their hand raised, but he got beat up in that. So it was clear to see that.
The announcement that Pacquiao would return to face WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios was met with a wave of criticism. Fans and analysts alike questioned the logic. Dazen's Adola called the matchup embarrassing and disgraceful. He added, "At 46, Pacquiao can't compete at a world championship level. He's a volume puncher, and you can't fight that way when your body's slowing down."
Comical what the WBC are doing, he added.
This guy can no longer do it at any level, let alone world championship level. Manny Pacquiao's a volume fighter. I mean, you look at sort of the fight cards in the last couple of weeks, and we've been bemoaning the fact that these guys have no output. Manny Pacquiao's been known over the years for output. You can't do that type of output at 46. It just is not going to be there. I find it it's just almost comical what they're doing. Look, fighters will always want to fight. I mean, boxers are littered with fighters that want to come back.
Robert Garcia doubled down in another interview. "Barrios is young, strong, and dangerous," he said. "He can hurt Manny. Manny didn't look good in his last fight, and I don't think this ends well for him." Legendary commentator Jim Lampley also voiced his unease on Chris Mannix's podcast. He said, "It's sad Pacquiao feels the need to return. I get it, fighters love fighting, but talking into a mic and taking punches are two different things."
On the other hand, fighters fight. It's what they do. Hey, Jim Lampley was gone for 6 years. Was it stupid for him to choose to come back and fall a fight? Was it a risk? Was there a possibility that he could embarrass him?
Yordenis Ugas, the man who beat Pacquiao in 2021, went on to lose to both Errol Spence Jr. and Mario Barrios, winning by stoppage and then decision. That victory, along with defenses against Fabian Maidana and Abel Ramos, earned Barrios full WBC champion status after Crawford vacated the belt. His last fight ended in a draw on the Tyson Paul undercard. Both he and Pacquiao have fought Keith Thurman. Pacquiao beat him in 2019, but Thurman cruised past Barrios in 2022. Still, analyst Teddy Atlas warned, Pacquiao's 46, 70 to pro fights. I don't want to see him get hurt.
And fall on his face. Are there some viewers and listeners out there who think that's exactly what he did? Sure, that's possible. But I was back doing something I love and I was getting paid for it. So I understand why Manny wants to come back and do something he loves and get paid for it. But it's one thing to talk into a microphone when you've been a few years away and you're a little bit older. It's entirely a different thing to go in and hit and get hit.
Teddy Atlas acknowledged the sport has seen remarkable comebacks like George Foreman, who returned at 38 and won a world title at 45. Pacquiao, he said, may be chasing that same kind of magic. But there's a catch. Foreman was a heavyweight. That division ages differently. Welterweights like Pacquiao rely on speed and cardio, which decline with age. Still, former champion Sean Porter was more optimistic. It's hard to bet against Pacquiao. If he's still got that speed and left hand, he can hurt Barrios. Reuniting with longtime trainer Freddie Roach adds to that belief. Roach said, "We picked someone Manny can dominate."
Contention soon after, with 2 subsequent losses.
And he made ungodly, indescribable sums of money. So I wish it were enough. But I'm not surprised that it isn't. You can't be surprised that it isn't. There's nothing in the world. Way back when Ray Leonard was having trouble retiring, and I was friends with Ray, I asked him one time, in the closest, most intimate kind of friendship way, I said, "Ray, why is it?"
He's moved up from like whatever. Incredible weight. People forget about that. That's why I brought it up. How many weight classes this man has really moved up. Incredible. Just incredible. But now, yeah, Barrios wouldn't be as big as those other guys, but he's still a guy that's confident. He's a guy that's a world champion. He's a guy who throws a lot of punches. He's a guy who's younger, who's active, you know?
But confidence doesn't win fights. When asked about the 16-year age gap, Pacquiao just smiled and said, "Don't worry about it." Roach followed with, "It's a tough road, but if anyone can do it, it's Manny." There's even more buzz. Pacquiao's son, Jimmy, is set to make his pro debut on the same card, which might also include a Sebastian Fundora versus Timchi rematch. Jimmy admitted he's worried. "He's my dad. Of course I'm concerned, but I believe in him. He stays in shape all year."
We're here in Manila with the great legendary champion Manny Pacquiao, Sean Gibbons, and Manny is announcing the creation of the memorial for the 50th anniversary of Ali Frazier, the Thrill in Manila.
That was 50 years ago.
So next October 1st, 2025, many surprises to come. And we will fully support all your efforts.
It's going to be a big event.
He's a big, strong, he's young, he's 30. You have 16 years on him, Manny. Don't worry about it. Manny, for a lot of people, you're the greatest fighter in history, the only champion in 4 different decades. When you beat Barrios, what does that say?
Oh, it's a big thing for me. It's a big thing for me.
And congratulations, you're in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, June. How are you, madam?
Pacquiao's comeback has been in motion for a while. After failing to secure another Senate seat in the Philippines, finishing 18th in the polls, many believe the boxing itch returned. In a final interview with S News, former champion Mikey Garcia weighed in. "What can you say? Manny's a legend." Mikey said he saw Pacquiao putting in real work, an hour of running, 20 minutes of non-stop shadow boxing. "He's training hard." Garcia said it won't be easy, but if he pulls it off, it'll be like Foreman or Hopkins. He's already a legend. This would just be the cherry on top.
Taking clips at Mike Tyson, no, he's really light. He ran an hour and 10 minutes, then he shadowboxed 20 minutes.
I believe he's a hard worker. He always worked very hard. I remember seeing them train.
He sparred him.
He was training super hard, so I know he has the work ethic and everything. I just gotta question a little bit of, because of the age and, everything that he's been out of the ring for so long. So that's the only thing that you gotta question. But I mean, if he can pull this off, fuck.
I've seen the videos. He's training hard whenever legends attempt to return after extended absences.
That's
He will pull it off. I told him this morning and the news.
just like Borman, you know, and that, you know, Hopkins.
Yeah.
He already is a legend as it is. This just cherry on top.
What's up, Bita? Hey, Mikey said Manny, if he beats Barrios, is the best ever. Big G, what do you think? Big G. Big G, what do you think about
Garcia pointed out, my only questions are about his age. Like he's been out of the ring for so long. That's the only thing you have to question.
Pacquiao and Barrios?
Su opinión de Pacquiao y Barrios, ¿cómo la ves? You want Pacquiao to win?
Why?
¿Por qué?
Porque es una historia con él.
History. It's a history, you know, with him. No could ever be able to his history, his story about it. It's his story.
Your dad told me once that if Manny